Focus is on Rivers State politics, and my guest is not your everyday politician. He walked away from boardrooms and clinching energy deals into the minefield of Rivers politics. A former power broker, former governorship candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC in 2023, and one of the loudest critics of how power is traded, hoarded, and weaponized in Rivers State. As member of the ruling APC, his political alignment with an ex-governor and former minister of transport has deepened his alienation from those who presently call the shots in the APC. Has the defection of Governor Fubara to the APC put an end to his political career? Today, we are not doing pleasantries. We are interrogating power, loyalty, legality, and ambition. The politician and co-founder of Sahara Energy, Prince Tonye Cole, is on the hot seat. I am Eshomomo Imodu. This is Fireworks. We put them under check. Welcome back, Mr. Tonye Cole. Nice to have you on my turf.
Mr. Ash, wish me luck today.
You're master of the game.
Oh, well, God helps us.
Now, Rivers has always been in the news. And recent times, it's been in the news for not too good reasons. You are a key player in the politics of Rivers. I remember you contested on the platform of the APC in 2019 and in 2023 to be governor. But now, your party is factionalized in Rivers State. There's a faction loyal to Tony Okocha, and there's another faction loyal to Emeka Beke. You belong to the Emeka Beke faction. Tell us, why is it that you have not been able to work together with others to resolve the crisis? People say Tony Okocha is part of the problem of APC in Rivers State. Why has it gotten to this?
Okay, so I'll point you to three things. The first aspect of it is that there is a legal standing under which all parties must operate. And we believe that there must be respect for the rule of law. That's the first aspect. Within politics, competition is expected, so that's fine. But competition must be fair, competition must be free, and competition must be honorable. That's the second aspect. Where you don't see these two things, you have a problem. The third aspect of it is that there is always a hierarchy that must be respected. So let's start with the hierarchy. The first aspect, when we're dealing with hierarchy, in Rivers State, as far as APC is concerned today, I still maintain that I am the leader of APC in Rivers State. Why? Because the first thing I talked about was that there is and must be respect for the law. There is a judgment which is still standing that gave the Emeka Beke-led APC the mandate to continue. And that was totally ignored with Tony Okocha and co coming up. So they don't stand.
Tony Okocha did not just spring out from the blues. The NWC of your party recognized him. And if we go by the General of the Supreme Court, the party has the authority, the right to decide. And if they recognize Tony Okocha, so how won't you also align? Moreover, the governor has defected into the APC.
I love
so
that.
You cannot be the leader where the governor, Fubara, is the 001 of APC.
Beautiful. Mr. Ash, beautiful. So the first aspect of it, as what you said, is that the Supreme Court, from what you have said, the Supreme Court has given the party the right to ignore any judicial process.
I didn't say that.
But that's what you just said.
I just said this, the NWC recognized.
No problem. And nobody said the NWC did not recognize. My question here is that did they recognize in accordance to the law? You quoted the Supreme Court's case, which I'm not aware of, but let's just follow your line of argument. So the Supreme Court then has said that the NWC has the right to ignore any judicial pronouncement that establishes that one member, one faction, or one group is the authentic APC. And I don't think that's what the Supreme Court said. So for me, then the second part of it, I've always said that similarly Fubara as governor and any other governor under the APC mandate is to go out and look for governors that would come. And so him coming into the APC is a good thing for Rivers State, except he has to be recognized under the authentic part, the legitimate part, the one that is recognized by law. not the one that is recognized by the NWC.
Now,
it is contrary to the law.
Let's play back a bit. You are an ally of a former governor of the state.
Correct.
Rotimi. Now, the other faction is loyal to Minister Wike, and he was instrumental in helping to deliver Mr. President. Now, how would you expect that a party, a man who is loyal to the former minister, because he was in APC at that time, will be handed the party structure?
Okay, beautiful. So the first aspect of it is that if anybody looks at that election properly, they will know that throughout that campaign, from the beginning to the end, remember I was running for governor, and I was running for governor under APC. I campaigned for APC, I funded APC, I ran under APC, I supported the president under APC, and then at the last minute, due to political differences between the president and Rotimi, it was decided at some level that they were going to have an alliance with Governor Wike. Now, that's political. And I've always said it that I have no problem at all.
That political arrangement.
Because it's an arrangement. And we're in politics, so we know it happens. I don't have a problem with that. However, what I have a problem with is that having done that, then everything thereafter is as if we never did anything. And I don't think that that's right. But we left that, no problem. The entire structure then was then taken away and given to this Tony Okocha faction, which was a Nyesom Wike faction from PDP that overnight became APC. We went to court. That is not right. If you want to do this, do it properly. The former minister, Rotimi, decided that he was not going to have anything to do with this APC, and he left. I decided that I would have invested too much in this APC to go anywhere, and I stayed.
Are you independent-minded?
Very much so.
Because people still believe that you are, you can still be controlled by Rotimi, who is in ADC.
Has any human being ever been controlled by anybody?
Yes.
Who? Name it.
Minister Wike is controlling some people.
No. Mr. Wike is not controlling anybody. Take the illusion of power away, and you will see suddenly no human being, not even your child, you cannot control. You see, the fundamental mistake that we always make in Nigerian politics is that you can control human beings. You cannot control anybody, even your own child. Now, you must be able to give people the freedom for them to think, to follow you loyally, because that is what they want to do. Because they believe in you, believe in your vision.
But when you put power and you put resource, you can control.
I don't think it's right.
You don't think, but that is the reality in Nigerian politics.
So look at what has happened between Simila Efubra and Nyesom Wike. It has all been about control. And as a result of this whole, I want to control, Rivers State is in a mess.
Now, let me ask you this. You want peace in Rivers State?
Absolutely. I've always proclaimed.
You want your party, the APC, to win the next election, 2027 election.
Correct.
What will it take you to allow peace to reign and the harmonization of these two factions? Because it is critical to which faction submits names of candidates for election.
Absolutely.
So what will it take Tony Cole, for peace to return to the APC in Rivers State?
Two things. The first aspect of it is that we must have a conversation amongst ourselves that is honest and true. That's number one. Until that happens, peace cannot reign. Politics is about dialogue. Politics is about negotiation. And politics is about looking at the clearest path possible to victory. The way it is...
And it's about compromise.
Always.
Will you compromise if...
Compromise what?
So withdraw the case from the court?
For what?
For the sake of peace?
No.
That's for your party?
No. That's not for the sake of peace. What you are asking here is that we should withdraw a case that is based on moral justification and go with just impunity.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is for there to be a harmonization, individuals that are in court may be requested to first withdraw the cases from the court.
I'm sorry, no. Because you see, democracy is about strengthening the rule of law. Where the rule of law is abused completely with impunity, what you are doing is that you are destroying the future because nobody can relate on it. I stand on the rule of law. I have built a business that is built on respect, the rule of law, and doing what is right, even in the midst of extreme difficulty.
Politics, do you have anything against Minister Wike?
Personally, absolutely not.
So if, let's assume he defects the APC tomorrow, then the structure is handed to him. Just assume it is handed to him.
On what basis?
Harmonization for peace.
And where does the law come in? Where does the law come in?
You're sticking to legality. Are you also sticking to politics and sometimes politics and compromise?
Look, you cannot base something on nothing. The first aspect of it is that there is a legal structure. What have we talked about? Should Nyesom Wike, as minister, come into APC? Nobody is stopping him from coming into APC. But if he decides to come into APC, he has to come on a recognized footing, which is, number one, there is a standing judgment. You cannot ignore it. It does not matter which guys we want to look at it. We cannot ignore it. Because, you see, the minute we begin to ignore the foundation of law, it becomes a problem. Take my case, for example. We ran all the way to the Supreme Court. I was contesting different things in the Supreme Court. How the election went, whatever happened. So we went to an election petition. The minute the Supreme Court announced that this was it, that was it. I never bothered with it again. I didn't cry about it. I never came to TV to talk about it. It was done. We moved on.
What if we look at it that the NWC that recognized Antonio Kocha was a former NWC led by, I think, Ganduje, and you now have a new NWC led by the Prof. You now have a new president, President Tinubu. And I do believe you respect the leadership of the president.
Oh, very well.
And if he invites you and says, look, we must harmonize ahead of 2027, how low are you ready to stoop for the sake of your party?
So, two things. The first aspect of it is that I know that the president is a very, very astute politician. And I know that he will understand the implication of ignoring law and just following it.
No, he has not said he's ignoring law. He said, how far can you go for peace?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you the same thing. So the first aspect of it is to make sure that the president sees and understands what this means and what it means for the future if you totally just ignore the law and follow this. And I don't think the president will do that. So what are we doing here? And what are we saying? It's very simple. This particular faction, right, of which the law has recognized, let us collapse everything into that place and then agree amongst ourselves how this group begins to operate. Let us unify under what is a foundation that is solid, rather than ask us to unify under a foundation that does not exist. And I think that is very simple. And I believe the president can do this. Very, very simple. Take the law out completely, and everybody will behave like we're in the animal kingdom. Fight for the fittest.
Earlier you said you are the leader of the APC in Rivers State. Is it about control?
Oh, absolutely not. So, when Rotimi Amechi was...
so if for instance, before you continue, if for instance, everything is harmonized and the governor contested against you in 2023,
yes,
he won,
yes,
will you submit to his leadership?
If it's harmonized and if he's on the platform...
He's already in APC.
No, please. He's in APC on a false foundation. The governor comes into APC on the right foundation. Immediately he becomes leader.
I don't understand. You want him to come to the APC again or what?
No, I want him.
He's already in APC.
Sorry.
Help me understand. Okay. He's already a card-carrying member of the APC.
So let me help you understand. In 2018, as a card-carrying member of the APC, I contested in the APC. I won the primaries in the APC in 2018. In 2019, I was running, campaigning, waiting for the election 2 weeks before the election. Members of the APC, in the same APC, who had gone to court, saying that the foundation under which we were elected, nominated, the foundation under which we were running was faulty. What happened to us? They removed the entire APC from the ballot. I was in the APC. I ended up not running, not contesting for election. And this is the danger with which we are doing. So we've seen a precedent before. That precedent removed the entire APC. And I'm saying to my APC members that we do not need this kind of game again. We should not take this risk. I was already a victim of it. I do not want to be a victim of it again. If Nyesom Wike comes in to the APC, he comes in as I do, as I am at that point, under the leadership of the governor. Now, if they choose not to, it does not change the fact that there is a judgment and that I am the leader as long as that judgment is valid. And that's all I'm saying. We want peace. We want a strong party. They better do it right. And let's do it with common sense and with wisdom. I am the option. I am the legitimate leader. And for me, I want to unify APC under a strong foundation so that we can win in 2027.
You see, when you keep saying, I am the leader, I am the legitimate leader, people will think Toye Cole is forcing himself on the APC.
I can't.
You know, do you need that?
Okay, so let's look at this, because I love the word forcing himself.
Yes.
Contested candidate in 2019.
Does that make you leader?
Yes. At that point, I was number 2. Rotimi Amechi was number 1, and I was the second. In 2023, contested again. Rotimi Amechi was still there. He was the leader. I was number 2. This year, or last year, 2025, Rotimi Amechi leaves so that he can pursue his own ambition. Number 1 goes. Who is number 2? Where does number 2 stay? That position is not vacant. It's not a vacuum.
Now let's come back to party supremacy. Where do you now place the chairman of the party if you are claiming leadership of a political party?
But you know, chairman does not lead a party. Chairman is not the leader of the party. Chairman is an administrative position.
He leads the party.
No, he's an administrative position.
That's in Nigerian politics.
In Nigerian politics. You cannot say that the chairman is the leader of the president in Nigeria. The president, President Tinubu today, is the leader of APC National. That is how Nigerian politics is structured. The day we go back to party is supreme, at that point the chairman becomes the leader. Okay. But where we are today,
the day we go back to party is supreme.
Yes, and we must, and that's what I'm fighting for.
All right, we'll quickly go on a break, and when we come back, we'll look at how to go back to party is supreme, not just in Rivers State. You're welcome back now. If you're just joining us, we've been talking Rivers politics, and my guest is Toye Cole. He was a former governorship candidate. We left off talking about party is supreme. Nigeria is not in isolation. Nigeria should also. What do you think it will mean if party becomes supreme, truly, so that we don't have a situation where some governors want to take charge, some godfathers want to take charge?
Everything that I am fighting for, everything that I stand for, means that the party has to become supreme again. You see, that would remove all of this ambiguity as to who do you report to? How do you take direction from what is right? Today, most parties don't have any ideology. Nobody knows what APC really means. Nobody knows what PDP really means. All we're looking for is who has power. And when you have power, you can do whatever you like. And I don't think that's right. Because there's an old saying that absolute power corrupts absolutely. Which means that there must be a way to sanction, to correct, to hold to account everything.
It's like Rivers has descended into a low it has never been, that's never been seen in Rivers State, where you have this fighting between the godfather and the godson. There's been several governors in Rivers State, ex-governors in Rivers State. We've never had it this way.
One of the biggest disappointments or pain in my heart is that Rivers State is always in the news for the wrong thing. That's where we have found ourselves. We have had a government in power since 2023. We're entering 2026. There has been no governance in 3 years. Who is paying the price. The same people that went to the poll looking for, you know what, it is time for us to do something different. They're the ones who are suffering the brunt of this fight. And that should tell us something. The first aspect of it is godfatherism, godson, is not something that we should be encouraging in politics. I don't mind mentors. I don't mind having people that you look up to. But when you have a godfather that says that you have to, you must listen to me, do as I do, I will control you, you must, no, it can't work. This is the result of it. So we're seeing Rivers State play out to the whole of Nigeria. What happens when you do not respect transition, you don't respect law, and all of those things. So this has to stop.
What can be done? I mean, your party, you will not speak for other parties, your party, for your party to really free itself from the control of these elders that people say have not now turned into a business.
Unfortunately, the respect for elders has gone down so much that this pains me. I grew up understanding that elders must be respected. Today, the political sector speaks to elders as if elders are children. Elders have lost the respect. The church has lost the respect. So many people have lost the respect. Why? Because money has become king. Power is ultimate. With those two things, there's no control. You see, we have to begin to tame.
So even if you become the governor tomorrow, the same thing will happen. You will control.
We must tame it. God forbid.
Easier said than done.
No, it's not easier said. Look, in business, I thank God that I have made billions. Money has never been a control with me. The second aspect of it is that I have led from a spiritual perspective for years. I understand humility and I understand fear of God. I understand money and I understand where money ought to be. I have walked in the corridors of power since I was a child. My entire family has been, I have been in the corridors of power since the days of Gowon till today.
Let me take you back to the two major gladiators in the Rivers politics today, Minister Wike and Fubara. Have you thrown your weight behind either of them? Or you want to still stand neutral?
No, I'm not throwing my weight around them because the foundation, and I go back to this, the foundation, they don't recognize.
You're sitting on the fence?
No, fence? I'm not sitting on the fence.
So it's either you're here or you're there?
No, I'm exactly where I need to be. I am on the right path. Look, no two wrongs will ever make it right. And no way that can you paint the wrong and make it look right that it will be right. I'm sorry. No lie can stand. It does not matter how you want to paint it. There's a saying that if you put lipstick on a pig, it still remains a pig. You cannot change the truth. If Rivers State wants to be free, then we must stand on the truth.
But Mr. Cole, as of today, Fubara is the governor of Rivers State.
Supreme Court says so, and I accept it.
Exactly. And if you're not supporting him, you're against him.
No.
If you're not for us, you're against us.
That's not true.
but that is
No, it's not true. It's not true. Mr. Fubara won the governorship under PDP. There was no contest in PDP as far as I was concerned. That's his party. Whatever they want to do in PDP, that's their business. If they want to obey law, disobey law, I can't talk for PDP. What I know is that the APC that I came under had a very strong vision that this must be something that will be built on truth, respect for the people, and to work for the development of Rivers State based on certain principles that people can see.
Let's go to this other issue just because of time. Do you believe in the independence of the legislature? In this instance, in Rivers State, the House of Assembly.
The legislature in Rivers State ought to be independent, but I don't think they are. The first thing is that they are very loyal to the minister, and they do what the minister says, and that's not independence.
You brought them in.
No problem, but that's not independence. The minister has absolutely no constitutional duty, responsibility, or recognition in the House. None. I can bring you in, but I do not have constitutional right over you. But unfortunately, that's not what we are seeing. And this is the fallacy of what we call democracy today. That's the fallacy of it. If you're independent, I can bring you in. I mentor people. I raise them. I help them become. The minute they become, then I now come into their companies or come into their lives and start telling them that this is the day you're going to sleep with your wife. This is the day where you're going to eat. You must eat this. You must do it this way. Of your food, I must take this. No, it just messes it all up.
Just the last thought from me. Good enough, your party is swelling in rank. The lawmakers defected into your party. The governor defected into your party. We're talking about reconciliation. Will you also ask that? Or are you aware if the lawmakers have registered with your party? I know they have defected. Have they registered with the APC?
Again, it depends on whether they have defected and registered on the right side of the law.
You keep talking about this right side of the law.
There is a right side of the law. I'm so sorry. We will continue talking until two things happen. Either the Supreme Court vacates it and says that, you know what, parties can do whatever they like, irrespective of what the judgment says. If the judiciary says that, then at least we know now.
You believe in party supremacy, don't you?
I do.
If your party calls every stakeholder in Rivers State and say we want to broker peace, Tonyeko, that case in court, withdraw.
Okay.
Would you go? Do you believe in the capacity of the leaders of your party to say, look, we want to mediate, withdraw the case? Will you go ahead to do that?
I would only withdraw the case if the party says to me that, you see, this law that we are standing on no longer exists.
You're not answering my question.
I told you.
The man who took a case to the court can also withdraw the case from the court.
Based on?
Your party says we want to broker. You want to broker peace. You want the peace to be brokered while the case is still in court?
Of course.
So the common thing is that every person should withdraw the case in the court.
No, please. This case stays here. You see.
So you don't trust the capacity of your leaders. That's what you're saying.
No. It's not the capacity. Please, I will not abuse the process of law because I'm looking for a solution that benefits me. Sorry, it will not happen.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toniko, for coming on My Talk today.
Mr. Ash, well done.
Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
That is all the time will permit us on this particular episode of Fireworks. Now, make it another opportunity next week, same time. And I remain yours sincerely, Shomomo. And just before you leave, go to the YouTube again and take a look at the various clips we do have there. Bye for now.